Boom, 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 shit, boom, chickadee chanker. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another transfer daily Manchester United update video for you. I hope you're all having a good day. Let me give this a refresh and see which one of you legends are in here. Shout out to you all for stopping by the way, waiting for me to get going. Green screen issues as ever, honestly. Seriously, I'm going to turn into a ghost through this, so I apologise. Hopefully it'll be okay. We've got Joshua Commander. How you doing, mate? Jonathan Gallagher, what's going on with you, bro? G-Wolf United in here. K-Am, what's going on, bro? Mrs. P Cake Bandit. Patience is a virtue, K-Am. Primot, how you doing, bro? Connor Clark. Gaz Newton, Jamie Loki Jones, Ruthless Sausage, Ice Queen Gaming. Yes, how you doing there, Dawn? Footy Talk, Razi Al Wahadi, Dejan CFC, Alex the Rinconator, Sandeep Baraj, Vusi Manakela, Ted Zavala, Mr. NLWT, Mark Pentif, Absalom Williams, Josh Drain, George Gaming, everyone else. Thank you so much for getting in here too. How are we all doing today? Thank you very much for stopping by. Do us a favour, hit that like button and get involved throughout the video. So we've got a bunch of transfer updates and news and stuff to get on with today. Not all of it good, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, look, the biggest news that I want to talk about today, it's been reported in various publications such as Marca or Marca, whatever the freaking hell it is, over in Spain there, which is usually full of tripe anyway. But to be perfectly honest, it's been reported that Sergio Reguilon's move to Manchester United has momentarily stalled due to United not wanting to include a buyback clause or right of first refusal. Clubs are willing to pay the 30 million euros with Tottenham, Inter Milan and Juventus on the prowl. That is what is being reported. And in terms of the amount of money that is being involved here with Reguilon, it just seems like Manchester United are trying to get the deal done for a pittance more money, but with the idea to remove the buyback clause and remove any future clauses and things like that. Which, if you want to get the player like that, it's just preposterous to think that you can do that when there's other clubs like Tottenham, Inter Milan, Juventus, Sevilla, who are coming in there, who will have him on a short-term deal, who will just take him on loan, who will help and develop him for Real Madrid. Ultimately, that is their player. They want to keep him in the future. So I think it's pretty wank that Manchester United wouldn't want to just get the deal done based on a short-term deal with a buyback clause, or actually pay the money and get him in here earlier. So Manchester United, we're still not agreed to pay the extra 5 million euros. This is also another report we've got from a source here. Manchester United still not agreed to pay extra 5 million euros to remove the buyback clause for Reguilon. So basically, Sevilla have offered 20 million. This is what we understand here, and also the opportunity to take him on loan if not. And United feels 25 million should be enough to seal the deal without the clause. So it just goes to show you how piss poor our board and negotiation tactics are. We're pretty stringent, I think, in what we're doing, and it's just unnecessary, really, at this moment in time when we need to get players in. I'd rather have him on a short-term deal than not. How are we doing then? Let's have a look at who else is in here. Palmarius, what's going on? He says, checking in from work. Shout out to you, Palmarius, mate. Hope you're having a good day. Jim Joe Bobley says, Glazers facepalm. This is the thing, guys. This is all to do with the amount of money that we're trying to spend here. We're just quibbling and haggling over tiny amounts of money. We're trying to get them a little bit of pressure on as well because of the other players that are being linked to Manchester United. All this Alex Teller's rubbish. It's just a calamity, lads and lasses. Like, sort your bloody lives out, Glazers and Woodward now. 5 million euros we're haggling over this, guys. Come on. Let's spend the bloody money. I'm sick and tired of dawdling around and fanning around now. Unbelievable. So, look, there's reports coming out that the Reguilon deal is stalled, but there's other reports saying that Manchester United are indeed the club that is leading the charge in terms of signing Sergio Reguilon. So in terms of being at the forefront of negotiations and being serious for signing Sergio Reguilon, Manchester United are the club who's pushing the most. It's basically based on Solskjaer wanting him based on the semi-final against us in the Europa League. He's very impressed with him, and he of course sort of made a note and has decided that is one of his targets. So that's who we should get in, lads and lasses. That is who we should get in. If Solskjaer wanted him, if Solskjaer thinks that he can help out and improve in this window, pay the extra 5 million, or even if it's an extra 10 million. Ultimately, you're asking Real Madrid to sack off any future rights to the player. Surely that's got to be worth a lot for a good up-and-coming player who's just broken the Spain team and would be Real Madrid's best player in the future. I mean, from what we understand it as well, there's some talks to say that Sergio Reguilon's ideal destination, ideal place to play, is Real Madrid. So maybe the player himself wouldn't mind the idea of having a future buyback clause in there. Ultimately, he's come through there. Ultimately, it's one of the biggest clubs in the world. He is a Spanish player at the end of the day. It's a massive Spanish side in Spain. So that kind of makes a lot of sense too. I mean, that kind of makes sense that maybe all parties would like a buyback clause. I mean, I'm not against somebody wanting to come here for a few seasons and help out at United and put in a really good shift and experiment and get experience. And, you know, and as long as they're going to be fully committed and a good player for us, I've got no issue with a short-term deal. I don't know why our United board and everyone seems to have such an issue with this. Because at the end of the day, he's a good player that can add something to us in the short term, lads and lasses. So what do you guys think about this one? Let's hope that Manchester United do indeed get the business done soon and get the wheels in motion. But as we understand right now, look, there's breakdowns in negotiations again with this board. Bloody hell, my friends. I mean, what is going on with that potato upstairs? Honestly, I don't think he can actually negotiate his way out of a wet paper bag, that Pratt, in all honesty. Like, it seems like every single negotiation he has at the moment either takes a year and it goes back and forth, or it just completely falls down because there's just too much stupid clauses and inability to bend and inability to actually compromise on this one from our board. I find it very frustrating, everyone. Get your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, then I'll read a few out now. We've got a lot of topics to cover. We do actually have some Manchester United transfer news, like some proper news, okay? So we'll get onto that soon. But in terms of Manchester United's pursuit of Sergio Reguilon, do you guys think this is going to happen now? Get your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you do indeed think that Sergio Reguilon will be a United player soon. Smash a different thing in the live chat if you don't think that's going to be the case. Let's have a little vote. See how many of you legends think that Sergio Reguilon is going to make it at Manchester United and United will get the deal done. Ultimately, we've got to reach an agreement with them in terms of negotiations. Mark Voot says, hello peeps, how are you all? Great to see you. Says, can't stay long. Shout out to you, Mark Voot, for getting in here, mate. Joshua Commander with the 1 vote. Mr. NLWT with the 2 vote. I'll get on to that. Cindy Collector, great to see you. Octane FPS, how are you doing? PS says 2, doesn't think we're going to get him. Footy Talk says 1. Vincent Bullock says 1. Mark Voot, George Gaming, G Wolf United, they all say 1. It's interesting, isn't it? I mean, look, he's absolutely on the short list. We have had the negotiations. We've been dealing with the agent. We've been dealing with the personal terms. It doesn't seem like there's much of an issue there. Yet again, it's Manchester United's board that are the issue. It's Manchester United's negotiations which are the main issue here and the stumbling block. So yeah, I don't think we're ever going to be able to get negotiations done smoothly for most players unless they're like a bargain, like Donny van der Beek. It's like, okay, you want 39 mil for him? Yeah, okay. Well, we can't really quibble over that one. It surprised me they didn't go in for £12.50 and a couple of bloody milkshakes or something for him. Beane Candle, how you doing, Beane? Pepper Stores, what's going on, Pepper Stores? Andreas Sotaru says Sanchez will be done. Left back would be good, but centre back more important. 100% agree with you, Andreas. Where is this centre back talk coming from, though? Where is this potential centre back coming from? Woodward's not going to pull one out of his arse, is he? Who is it? Is it Upamecano? Is it who are we going to get? Who are we going to get? If we're going to get someone, we've got to go get them now. I mean, crikey, the season starts in 10 days for United. 3 for everybody else, but 10 days for United. Come on. This is ridiculous, guys, that we haven't got any more deals wrapped up to give Solskjaer a little bit of chance to get these players in, bedded in, training. I mean, we've just seen Donny van der Beek come to Carrington for the first time. He's coming this morning, obviously, to training, right? Or to the club. So it's like, God almighty. How long? We got 3 days into the season proper starts. Donny van der Beek, who was signed a while ago, just come into the side there, just come in to meet his teammates, see his new surroundings and all that sort of thing. Come on, I mean, players need a little bit more time to acclimatise, they need a bit of time to settle in, all of that stuff, and we're not allowing any of this business. So if we want them to be happy players and content players and know their roles in the team and have a little bit of tactical nous with what we're trying to do and achieve in the squad, then we're going to be up shit creek, lads and lasses, because these players are not going to have time to do any of that. And yes, they're good players, and yes, you can just chuck them on the pitch, and yeah, they're still going to play well if they're good players, but it would be nice and better and just better prepared if Solskjaer had them earlier on. So there's no good reason for this. Bine Candle says, hey bruh, I'm all the way from Nepal. Give me a shout out. Shout out Bine Candle, tuning in from Nepal, my friend. Great to have you in here watching. Thank you, mate. There's a few Nepalese people tuning in recently, so shout out to all you legends over in Nepal who are watching these vids. Brilliant to have you on board. Yes, Visu Manakela, I agree with you. Woodward is a potato. He is. He's a King Edward, my friend. Bob Dagnall says, our team will never progress with Woodward in charge of buying the players. I fully agree with you, dude. Literally, you know, who do we need? He doesn't even know his ass from his elbow, this man. We need a proper DOF. Okay, let's get on to the rest of the transfer news, lads and lasses. Thank you so much to everybody that's getting in here. Matthew Trout, what's going on? He says, flying pig for United. Hey, Matthew, there you go. I would definitely do a better job as director of football than that human potato Edward Woodward. I mean, okay, it's a dream to go and get somebody like Edwin van der Sar, but jeepers creepers, man. I mean, if I had the option of having the role, I'm sure I'd do a better job than Edward Woodward, because ultimately, well, the fact is he's a yes man for the Glazers, so I would have to be a yes man for the Glazers as well, otherwise I wouldn't get the pigging job. So that's the facts, lads and lasses. That's the only bloody reason we got no director of football. We've got that absolute melt Woody Woodward in there anyway, is because he's a yes man for the Glazers. He does enough to make the Glazers happy. He makes money for the Glazers. He knows the expenditure, he knows the budgets, he knows all this shite. That's what it's all about. That's why they cannot bring in a director of football, because the director of football would not have any control anyway. The director of football would merely be a pawn in the whole hierarchy at Manchester United. He'd just be a pawn. So I really don't think that a director of football would actually benefit United right now, because you'd still have the lines of duty there, so to speak, in terms of or the pecking order rather, in terms of like Woodward and no. Ultimately, they'd have the final say. Gungshi's in the gaff. What's going on, Gunganator? He says, hello, lads and lasses. Great to see you, Gungshi. I hope you're doing good, mate. One of the Legiondes. Alex is buzzing about Donny van der Beek. That is absolutely awesome. Alex, I can't wait to see him play. Neil Duffin says, the only club that makes Ebenezer Scrooge look like a moneylender. Bah, humbug. I agree, mate. What a bunch of Scrooges we've got at Manchester United, dude. They literally need like a visit from the ghosts of Manchester United's past, present and future. You know what I mean? Can you imagine that? That's an epic story, actually. What happens because of the ownership at the Glazers of Manchester United? Well, back in the day, obviously, you've got this great, club founded by rail workers. It comes in, the ghost of past comes in and kicks Ed Woodward up the arse and says, what the bloody hell have you done to this amazing football club? The ghost of present, I don't know. Maybe it's just a complete melt. And then the ghost of future could be just a complete haggard mess, basically, because the football club's been run into rack and ruin because of the Glazers' ownership and, of course, Eddie Woodward. So I think that's a very good analogy you've brought up there, Neil Duffin, mate. It fits. It fits. Ghosts of Manchester United's past, my friend. Mrs. P. Cake Bandit's just over there. Sorry, lads and lasses, just to give you all an update, yeah. Hey, yeah, she's just over there, lads and lasses. I'm just getting through all the news and stuff, but we'll see what she's got to say in a little bit later. But anyway, so just to give you some more breaking news, lads and lasses, we obviously did announce this last night on the channel anyway, but it's officially been released today. So that's right, we know our stuff on this channel. As per reports, United have signed Alejandro Garnacho from Atletico Madrid. Just to confirm this, obviously we talked about it last night anyway, but just to confirm this, he's due to arrive in Manchester this week and will have to quarantine. So yes, we've signed a new player, 16-year-old Alejandro Garnacho from Atletico Madrid on a 5-year deal. So, there's some positive there for you lads and lasses. There's a transfer. It's done. It's sealed. It's done. He's on his way. He's going to have to quarantine. 16 years of age, one for the future. Maybe come 2028, he'll be he'll be great. Now, who knows? He could be a great player in the future. So, it's just a little bit of good news anyway. Also, Manchester United women. I think, let me just find this story actually, because I think I've lost it. But Manchester United women, I think, have just signed a new player as well. I forget who it is now. It's World Cup winner Tobin Heath on a 1-year deal. So quite interesting there. Manchester United women making a signing. Manchester United's youth side's making a 16-year-old signing in Alejandro Garnacho. But our first team not making any signings. What's that all about, guys? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think that's piss poor. Surely we should be trying to improve. No, it's not piss poor that they're signing a women's player or they're signing a young player. I'm just saying it's piss poor that they haven't signed more players in this window. But Primwat says, get in there, Lady Devils. Absolutely. That is absolutely brilliant. Hopefully they're going to come on a little bit. I have just seen, I think Manchester City just signed Greenwood. Obviously not Mason Greenwood. I'm talking about the women here. The women's team signed Greenwood. So, they're making strides as well. Obviously they're one of the better teams. Manchester United should be challenging on all fronts, my friends. We really should be. We should be challenging on all fronts. G-Wolf says Salford versus Man United tonight. EFL. Fair play to you, G-Wolf, mate. Fair play to you, G-Wolf. You what? What's that? Umberto Buonex is the Glazier party crashers. Yes, they are, Umberto. They're party poopers, I would say. Absolute melters. They seem to poop all over the job anyway. Right, okay, so yeah, there's a signing for Manchester United. That's absolutely brilliant. 16-year-old player coming in there. Nice. Great. That'll help us in about 5 or 6 years' time then, lads and lasses. That sounds like a Woodward signing to me. One that doesn't really benefit us for ages. Whether it's slow negotiations or just the fact that they've signed someone who doesn't actually benefit us right now. Oh, we need a centre-back? Let's sign a left-back. Oh, we've got Brandon Williams and Luke Shaw. Let's get Reguilon in. It's kind of stupid, isn't it? Oh, we need a proper defensive midfielder, a la Wilfred Ndidi, a la Thomas Partey. Let's get Donny van der Beek in to go in with our all other midfielders, all-round midfielders. You know what I mean? So, yes, we have done all right today, but I just don't think we've really done that well in terms of, improving where we actually need to in this window. It's piss poor, and Van der Beek's a good player, but Sloth 55 chunks says we should sign you were a man for the women's team. I mean, I don't know anything about that, to be honest with you, but Man United's women's team should be one of the strongest in the world, in my opinion. There's no good reason to not have that. Gungshi says, pull your finger out, Woodward, you prick. That's a very fair comment. Yeah, pull your finger out, Woody. What a joke, man. What a joke. Also, just to give you another update, it's sort of loosely based on Manchester United. We still got a lot of stuff to get through today, by the way, lads and lasses. So we haven't even really got onto any more information with Jadon Sancho yet, but there's also some other bits of information we're going to talk about. But Memphis Depay has agreed personal terms with Barcelona. And there's basically just minor details remaining in terms of the valuation and getting the deal ironed out between the two clubs. But it does look like Memphis Depay is going to go and join Barcelona here. He's agreed personal terms with the football club. And just to clarify, Manchester United have not been in contact at all with Memphis Depay or his agent or anybody, or Leon or anybody. So yes, Memphis Depay, Leon will probably sell him, it looks like, for around about 30 million, which seems pretty cheap. Barcelona, obviously a top club. Memphis Depay has gone on and done really good things since leaving Manchester United, albeit in the Farmers League, that is the French League One. But still, it is a Logastastic league, but still, he's still developed and still progressed, and he still had a lot of potential even when he left Manchester United. Like, obviously, when he came in, before he came to United, he was banging them in left, right, and centre over in the Eredivisie, wasn't he? But now he's developed more. He's more experienced, obviously, and Barcelona looking like a good destination for him. Gungshi, have a great shower, mate. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah. Oh dear. Try not to slip, Gungshi, mate. Try not to slip, buddy. Keep your concentration about you. So I've got a bit of a chest on the go at the moment. Billy Sheeran says, gutted about Depay. I think we could have got him back when we had first refusal. This is the thing. So United have not been in contact. If we did indeed have first refusal in the contact, what do you guys think about that one? Would you have had Memphis Depay back at the football club in this transfer window if the opportunity presented itself? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you would. Smash anything else in the live chat if you don't think he's good enough for Manchester United. But if you would have had him back, stick a 1. Let me know if you think Memphis Depay should have been a target for Manchester United this window, especially if we did indeed have some sort of a first refusal or a first option or a match clause or anything like that in there. Ibsidat says 1. Joy A says, hi, I'm back. Hi, Joy. Billy Sheeran says 1. Griffo Chaz does not think that he was good enough. Neil Duffin says, actually, Pig, we still haven't sold any Deadwood. That's even worse. Memphis 2. Oh, okay, fair play, yeah. I mean, we've sold Alexis Sanchez, but other than that, you're spot on. We've got Smalling potentially going out this week to Roma, though. That looks like it's realistic. 13, 14 million pounds. He's agreed. In fact, I've got more news about the Chris Smalling situation, lads and lasses. In fact, here it is. Chris Smalling has agreed a 2-year deal. So we were talking about, there was a little bit of previous talk about Christopher Smalling. Well, this is what we understand now. Talks are finalised today for the transfer of Smalling. He's agreed personal terms on a 2-year contract. All parties confident that the deal will be completed in the next week. So yes, it's quite interesting really, because there was some debate earlier on. Smalling wanted a 4-year contract, being 30 years of age. That's obviously quite a lot of time just to put him on a contract on big money. So Roma were trying to sort of renegotiate. There was some talk they were going to settle on 3, but it seems like 2. I think it's either going to be 2 or 3, but at this moment in time, what we're hearing from our source is that he's signed a 2-year, or he's agreed personal terms on a 2-year contract. So Chris Smalling will be another player going out. But you're right though, Neil. Like, there's not enough Deadwood going out this football club. We still have a lot of hangers on at this club. We've still got players like Andreas Pereira. Yeah, he's being linked with other teams, but nobody's got the business done yet for him. Phil Jones is an absolute calamity. He might win you an international gurning competition, but he's not really good at anything else other than going, which is pretty impressive, to be fair. I do like them. I do like the level of memes that you get from Phil Jones's sort of slow motion action shots. Great meme worthy stuff. How does he do it, that man? It's amazing. But look, other than that, he's piss poor, and we should be trying to get rid of him and trying to replace and improve. Trying to get new players in, trying to sign new players, trying to get new lifeblood into this football club. Somebody who will be a potential world-class player in the future. Somebody who is growing, who does have the cojones, who doesn't gurn every 10 seconds, who doesn't make calamity errors at the back consistently, who isn't just a complete hanger-on 130k a week. And I don't mind Phil Jones, he seems like a nice bloke, other than the fact that he drives an absolutely atrocious pink Lamborghini that makes me want to vom. I mean, how much money do you have to show the world you're a twat? Do you know what I mean? What? It's pink and it's disgusting, yeah. So pink Lamborghini, Phil Jones, like, what is the matter with that guy anyway? I mean, crikey, it's like, it's like he's doing it on purpose. He's like, look at me, I'm absolutely gash at football, yet I'm driving around in a pink turd worth 200k just for a laugh. Because that's like a week's wages to me or whatnot, pretty much. No, it's a couple of weeks' wages after tax, but I mean, even so, or nearly a few weeks' wages after tax, but still, he's on a lot of money, £130,000 a week. Nobody's going to pay that money for Phil Jones, so we're pretty much stuck with him. There's links with Newcastle United. Do you think Steve Bruce is going to pay up 130k? Do you think Mike Ashley's going to pay 130k a week to Philip Jones? United would probably have to stump up some of that contract, I think, for the remainder of this Manchester United contract. I don't think anybody else is going to pay Phil Jones 130 grand a week, do you? I mean, that seems like madness to me. He's not worth anywhere near that money, so yeah. Other than being a nice bloke, other than being around the football club for a long time, there's no real reason why we've got a hanger-on like Phil Jones at the football club, or indeed some of the other hangers-on like Jesse Lingard and stuff like that, other than the fact they're like Jesse's homegrown, and Phil's obviously an English homegrown player, came through from Blackburn, we signed him, Fergie signed him, he looked good, he had potential, but other than the potential, and other than the fact that it's not been met, and they're just there, they don't really offer us much at this football club. So I agree, mate, time to get rid of the Deadwood. Problem is, they're on so much money that nobody really wants to come and pay them. Jesse's on 130 or 150k a week, something ridiculous like that, guys. Who's going to pay that twat to play for him that amount of money? Crikey. Anyway, guys, thank you so much to everybody that's stopping by and getting in here today. Please do us a favour if you have not done so already, and smash that like button, lads and lasses. Please do leave a cheeky little thumbs up on the stream. That'll help us out tremendously. Really appreciate everyone who's getting in here with your opinions as well. Keep them coming. Keep your thoughts and opinions coming, and I will try and interact with you as much as possible. Level P comments, the person handing out the wages is a prat and doesn't know what he is doing. Level P, I totally agree with you. You're right, that's why they actually spent 500k a week on Sanchez, and that's why we're still paying him a bit now to go and play for Inter, because of piss poor leadership and also decision making at the top there. Completely undermined the rest of the squad's wage structure as well at the same time, and now we're paying for it now, and we're having to just like literally shop around in the bargain bin, it seems. We just got Sanchez off the books, but we're not replacing him with another player that's on a few £100 a week, or it doesn't look like it anyway. Sancho will be coming in. David Whitford, what's going on, bro? He says, how's Mrs. Pigmate? What's she doing? She's just chilling over there on the bed, mate. She's just hanging out while I do this vid, and she's on her phone. She's interacting with you legends in the live chat, I think. Yeah, Abby Malay Hassim says, hi, bro. I'm from Brunei. Give me a shout out. Shout out Abby Malay Hassim in Brunei, everyone. Shout out to you, matey. Hey, could you convince the Sultan of Brunei to please come and buy Manchester United, please, dude? You know what I mean? I would love a gold stadium. Do you know what I mean? But seriously, we could do with actually getting some players in, and I think maybe the Sultan of Brunei might do that if he owned Manchester United, whereas our current owners don't want to do anything. So shout out to Brunei, and also shout out to the Sultan of Brunei, who I would like to come in and buy Manchester United. Or somebody, actually it would be somebody, I guess, who has a proper affiliation with Manchester United that I would like to buy Manchester United, like a proper fan. Well, I don't know if Elon Musk is a Man United fan, or if there's this Ortega family being talked about, but ideally that would be amazing. I mean, that would actually be amazing. You know, like we were talking last night we reported on the evening transfer show that there was a big hike up in Manchester United's share prices. It went up 8% or something like that in the day, and that can be associated with various things, commercial deals, sometimes a big takeover or something like that. But in this case, it may be the situation that Manchester United are looking to bring in some big names, and they're expecting some sort of a boost commercially, and obviously improvement in the valuation of the asset of Manchester United overall. So yeah, I think that it's interesting, isn't it? I would love it if it was to do with being linked with this Ortega family, this 70 billion net worth family, or another mega billionaire would be insanely good, because then we could get the Glazers away, and then we actually wouldn't have this whole hindrance and shackle on us every single season and every single transfer window when we try to do business, which is why we're being left behind every single year. Gashtastic, my friends, absolutely gashtastic. Also, just to give you some other transfer news, guys, before we get into the Sancho stuff. Actually, no, hang on a sec. Yeah, that's right. Noah Solskjaer, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's son, has just signed a professional contract with Kristiansund.
Absalom Williams, so could you give him a shout out?
Shout out to Absalom Williams as well, mate. Thank you. Shout out Arian Mahajan as well. How you doing, Arian? What's going on? Alex Williams, he's not done yet. Not on Sky Sports. Absolutely not done yet. No, it's definitely not done yet. Right, okay. So, yes, no, I just thought I'd let you know that. It's not really Manchester United news, but it is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's son. He's just signed a professional contract with Kristiansund. I wanted to give you some transfer news because Manchester United are melting right now, guys. So there's that. Also, to give you some more information, Manchester United are hoping to get permission to allow 12,000 fans into Old Trafford for their first game against Crystal Palace back on the 19th of September, everyone. So there's some more news for you lads and lasses. Basically what I'm trying to do with these videos, obviously there is a lot of transfer news to get through, but if there's any other little stories and stuff like that which come out throughout the day, I'll just try and keep you posted in these videos. We do an afternoon update around about 3 o'clock. Today it was 3:30 that we started, or just after that, and usually it'll be around about 2:30 to 3:30 start time, and then the evening show around about 9 to 10:30 start time. It really all depends on if we're waiting for a little bit more information and things like that, or if something breaks. So yeah, subscribe to the channel, get involved, keep a lookout for these upcoming daily videos, and I'll keep you up to date with the news. So yeah, Manchester United hoping to get permission to allow 12,000 fans into Old Trafford for their first game against Crystal Palace on the 19th. Steps in the right direction. I mean, really, if you did it properly, if you think about a stadium like Manchester United's, Old Trafford obviously has got 70-odd thousand population capacity. 77,000 is it? I should know that off the top of my head, but I'm melting at the moment. 78,000 is it? Anyway, it's a 12,000. You would think if you had 12,000 in a stadium of that capacity, you could separate everyone significantly enough that there wouldn't be any sort of issues in terms of distancing and that kind of thing. I don't know that, and of course there would have to be a lot of procedures, and everyone's going to have to hand sanitize going through the turnstiles or coming into the ground. You're going to have to do that, so there's going to be precautions in place, but it's looking likely maybe that it might be trialled for Manchester United. Well, not likely, but Manchester United are hoping to get permission to allow 12,000 fans to Old Trafford for their first game against Crystal Palace on September 19th, using it as a trial event, basically, and several other clubs are also working on similar proposals. 75k let's purchase. Thank you very much for that, dude. I'm having a melt job there. Boza Pub says, what's up, brother? I like your show. Thank you very much, Boza Pub. Really appreciate that. If you're enjoying these shows, lads and lasses, please do hit that like button. Leave a cheeky little like rating on it if you can. That will help us out tremendously. And also subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel. We're doing daily updates to do with Manchester United's transfer window. We give you all the Manchester United news on this channel. It's an independent Manchester United fan channel. Also, check the website out, flyingpigunited.com. Link in the description if you guys would like to read your Manchester United news. Great stuff. Also, a couple of little tidbits of information that's coming out. It's also being reported here. David Ornstein said that Manchester United made an offer for Inter Milan's Milan Skriniar last summer, but were unsuccessful. So, in terms of an offer for Milan Skriniar, apparently we had a go at him last summer. I mean, that's quite interesting little bit of news, but obviously nothing was able to be agreed. No surprise there with our board and Woodward and all these bunch of bloody melters we've got running the football club, so there's no surprise there. But Milan Skriniar is obviously a top player. What do you guys think about Skriniar? Would you take Skriniar at Manchester United? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you would take Skriniar at Manchester United.
Neil Duffin's 10 years together with Tara on Saturday.
Neil Duffin, mate. Happy anniversary to you and Tara for Saturday, mate. 10 years.
For Saturday, Neil Duffin, lovely.
Everybody do us a favour and smash a cake emoji or a love heart emoji in the live chat for Neil Duffin and Tara's 10-year anniversary, everyone. That is an achievement. Get in there, my son. Get in there, Neil Duffin. Go on, lad. Ellis Burgess, we are linked to beating everyone these days. So annoying, don't know how to keep up. Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, I think most of it's just a propaganda, really. There's only really a few players at the moment that United are realistically being linked to. You know, Sancho, Reguilon, you can argue maybe a defender like Badiashile or Pau Torres or Upamecano. Yeah, I suppose we are linked to a lot of players, to be honest with you, Ellis. Gungshi says 1, hell yes. Absolutely, hell yes in regards to Skriniar. George Gaming says yes. David Whitford says, yes, we would take Skriniar. Look at all those emojis coming in there for you, mate. Have a great day, mate. That's fantastic. Newt Lahaug with a love heart as well. Shout out to you, Newt Lahaug. Level P says the problem with Skriniar is whether he is quick or not, because we are looking for pace. Yeah, well, he's not slow, is he? I mean, look, I haven't really seen enough of him, but he's definitely not slow. In terms of being a proper rapid centre-back, though, I also don't think he's rapid, so, you know, but he is, it's also important to be able to read the game and have great defensive attributes, and also, you know, just have the intelligence for the position, and have the ability in the tackle and all that sort of stuff in the position, and the aerial battles and all that kind of thing. Steve Allen, shout out to you watching in Ghana, mate. Shout out to Ghana. Thank you for watching, Stephen. Matt Rush says, Reguilon update, pig. You what? How you doing, by the way, Matt Rush? You're an absolute legend. Thank you very much for stopping here and getting involved. Okay, here we go. Here's a Reguilon update. Oh, thank you so much, Matty the Rushmeister, for getting in here, mate. Really appreciate that, man. That's very, very kind of you. It's just from Fabrizio Romano. That's all it is. What is this recently? Okay. It just says Manchester United have not decided yet about Reguilon. So, yes, that's the thing. So, obviously, Fabrizio Romano came out today with his podcast, actually. He's just started a new podcast, I think. And he's come out today and basically said a few things in regards to Reguilon and, of course, Jadon Sancho, which we'll get into shortly as well. But yes, so it turns out, yeah, it's a tweet update from Fab Romano saying Man United have not decided yet about Reguilon, which we knew that, to be fair, because it's a situation where Manchester United have to agree the terms with the football club, and of course we haven't done that yet. We're trying to go back and forth with them in terms of getting this deal done without a buyback clause. They're adamant that they want a buyback clause, but realistically, they don't need to sell them to us with a buyback clause. So unless we're prepared to bend on that one, I don't really see the real incentive for them to sell them to us unless we really sweeten the deal to a significant degree where we're giving him 5 to 10 million more, or even more than that maybe. This is a good player that they're potentially going to have play for them in the future in a few years' time. So for them to lose out on that player, it's got to be financially worthwhile for them now. Otherwise, they would just want to give him to a club like Tottenham or a club like Sevilla, who will develop him in the short term, and then they can get him back in a couple of years, and they still got themselves a great player to take over from the likes of Marcelo once he's retired. And he is in the Spain setup now, guys. You know, we had a great game the other night for Spain before coming off injured. So, look, he's definitely going to be a player in the future, this guy. He's 23. So I think United should do everything we can to get him. Absolutely do everything we can to get him. What's this? Oh, as well, thank you very much, Matt Rush, mate, for this. Look at this, sir. This is a new update as well from 15 minutes ago. Crescencio Somerville is set to join Leeds from Feyenoord, as per Di Marzio. Total agreement reached for the Dutch winger. Talks on for Rodrigo de Paul, but Udinese don't want to negotiate. So basically, Leeds is signing more bloody players. For fuck's sake, man. What is going on with United in this window? We absolutely suck. Everyone else is signing players. Newcastle, they're signing 2 Bournemouth players. Manchester United, on the other hand, we're just being linked to a bunch of people at the moment. We are just having a situation where we're not getting any deals over the line, and the season starts in 10 bloody days, lads and lasses. Seriously pisses me off, man. Other football clubs getting the business done, and Manchester United, once again, being left behind in the transfer window. Left behind in the window. Look, come the end of the window, if we get the players we need, that's great, but we should have got all these players before the start of the season. Never mind the end of the window. Before the start of the season. It's ridiculous. What unbelievable planning have we put in place here? Absolute bunch of lemmings leading this football club. Yes, Billy Sheeran says Leeds are doing better business. I cannot understand what's going on at this football club, man. It just pisses me off. All these news articles that come out, all these other football clubs doing business. I think, why, oh, why can Manchester United not do it? Surely we've got more cash in reserve than bloody Leeds United and these guys. Okay, yeah, fair enough about the owners. It's all about the owners, isn't it? And our owners, unfortunately, are absolutely shit. Our owners are absolutely unprepared. They're uninterested in giving Solskjaer the required improvements to do the job, I think. Shout out Arnold for just subscribing. I think your name is Arnold. It just flashed off for a second there. But yeah, hit that subscribe button, everyone, if you're just tuning in and getting involved to this channel. Right, okay. So that's really annoyed me. Thank you for that update, though, Matty Rushmeister. By the way, everybody smash a like on the video for Matty the Rushmeister and everybody else, all the other moderators. Put it in the live chat, I mean, because they're absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. And thank you to my transfer guru, Mr. Matthew Rush, who keeps me up to date with all the valuable information. And he's got some great sources, which some other channels just simply do not have as well, which is why we were able to get this information about this 16-year-old lad joining yesterday and stuff like that. So, you know, we have got some good sources at the minute. Thank you, Matty the Rushmeister, you absolute legend. And all the moderators in here. Legend. Thank you for that, Matt Rush. Also, right, okay. Manchester United are to face Aston Villa. Here's some more news for you before we get back into the transfer stuff. Manchester United to face Aston Villa in pre-season friendly this weekend. So that's what I'm understanding here. Yes, I think this is all legitimate. Manchester United to face Aston Villa in pre-season friendly this weekend, lads and lasses. So there you go. A little bit of preparation. Just goes to show you, though, it's not enough preparation, is it? It goes to show you how poor the planning and preparation is at our club when we're having our first pre-season friendly game here and we've only got Donny van de Beek in as a new signing into the squad. So you're trying to develop some sort of understanding between your team, and obviously the new signings, you want them to bed in, you want them to gel, you want them to get that chemistry and that rapport with their teammates a little bit, and just friendliness to meet their teammates. Surely they're not going to be a part of the team if they don't even know who the lads that they're bloody playing with. So I think that's very important, and there's been no bonding time whatsoever, no time for any of this development to take place, because even if we signed a player right now, there's just not enough time for Manchester United to really bed in the new signings properly. So it's piss poor planning, piss poor performance, lads and lasses. Shout out to Matty Rush. Thank you for that, matey. Right then, what else was there we wanted to cover here quickly? Yes, oh yeah, we've talked about that. Josh King. Okay, Josh King. So apparently Josh King's preference is Manchester United. Solskjaer's understood to be quite keen on Josh King. He does have that Norway connection, obviously. Josh King, you know, and it's a player that, you know, we've had links with. So I think that it's not the most unreasonable of connections. I think that this is a player that Manchester United should maybe look to get in later in the window after we signed a whole bunch of other players. But I don't even want to be thinking about signing Josh King right now. He is a good player, but he's just not up to the standard. He's not going to get into our first team. He's not going to improve our starting 11. He's just a surplus to requirements bargain signing squad player, average, jack of all trades. Doesn't do me any... it doesn't give me any excitement whatsoever, that signing. Good signing, yeah, okay, bit of depth to the squad. I'd rather Josh King at the club than Jesse Lingard, to be perfectly honest with you. Or Andreas Pereira. So if there's a deal to be done, getting those out and getting Josh King in, I'm all for that, guys. I'm all for getting squad players in as well. It's not just about improving the first 11. That will in turn improve your squad, but if you can get a good squad player in there that's going to come in and rotate and be a backup or be an option and play in certain games, then yeah, Josh King's a good option. Decent option, good cheap option. But man, oh man, let's get some other deals done first. I would absolutely be so bloody depressed if Manchester United announced that we've signed Josh King. Never mind signing the player. But if we sign Josh King next, I would be bloody depressed about that one, lads and lasses. So I'm not feeling that link at all. I'm not feeling it at all. Just wanted to mention it, though, because it is being talked about. Okay then, lads and lasses, let's get into this then. Let's get into the main topic. Well, not really the main topic, actually, but one of the biggest topics of this video today. Thank you for all of you for watching and getting in here today. Smash that like button, lads and lasses, if you haven't done so already. That'll help this channel out loads. And get your thoughts and opinions in, you absolute bunch of bloody legends and legend dressers. Ashley Singh says, why are we not chasing Thiago? He's the best DM in the world. Mate, the Thiago situation is dire, man. I've got a little bit more information about the Thiago situation actually here. So Thiago, his club Bayern has agreed Thiago can go on vacation until next week. But there's still time for like negotiations to come out. This is from Christian Falk. And it's quite interesting because you usually don't sort of do that when you're trying to negotiate a move away from a football club. So whether it's Liverpool or Manchester United or Barcelona or whoever's being linked with him, now there's going to be even more delays here. Sure, you could go and meet them and have agent negotiations, and of course the representatives of the club can go and get the deal done with Bayern, and you can get it done anyway. But in terms of things like medicals and all that sort of thing, if he's on vacation for a week, maybe he could fly in and do a medical. I suppose that's not out of the question. But where is he on vacation? You know, that's what I mean, with quarantine and stuff like that. I don't know where, but that's all we've got at the moment is that Bayern have agreed that Thiago could go on vacation until next week. So that's what we're hearing from a report today from Christian Falk, who of course is the head of football at Sport Bild over in Germany. So that is some information in regards to Thiago. It looks like Thiago's just really leveraging a move to Liverpool at the moment, using Manchester United's leverage to do so. That's what it seems like to me, so I'm not even thinking we're going to get Thiago. But I agree with you, mate. We should be going to try and get him. He's a great player. He would absolutely boss it for us in that midfield. We'd go from having one of the most mediocre midfield for the top sides in the league to having the best, probably. To literally having the best, or one of the best. Okay, you know, your Man City's midfield is pretty formidable with De Bruyne in it. But yeah, Manchester United would have a pretty unbelievable midfield if we had Thiago in there, if we had Van der Beek, if we had Pogba and Matic and Fred and McTominay and Bruno. Man, oh man, that is an incredible set of players we've got there to choose from. So yeah, I think that would give us incredible depth and incredible quality. Do I see it happening? No, because our board are a bunch of melts, my friend, and they won't spend the money to get Thiago. And they just got rid of Alexis Sanchez. I don't think they'll spend a few $100K a week or $350K a week or whatever it would take to get a player like Thiago in. Nice one, nice one. So, yeah. No, thank you, Don. I've got some water here, actually. I'll have some of that. Prima Sese says, I'm watching from Sierra Leone. Shout out to you, Prima Sese, for watching from Sierra Leone, mate. Great to have you in here. Shout out to every single one of you. Where are you all watching from in the world, then? Get your destinations in. I'd love to know where you're all watching. JD, mate, how you doing, my man? He says, what's up, my piglet? How are you, bro? Hey, mate, I'm very good. How are you doing there? It's good to see you. He says, hype for you, bro, actually. Thank you, mate. Young Wizard, what's crack-a-lackin'? First round. Says he's going on vacation in Italy so he can have a medical there. Oh, that would be pretty sweet first round, wouldn't it? It'd be very interesting. Mr. F. Chowdhury, how you doing? Thank you for getting in here. Ellis Burgess, what's crack-a-lackin'? That's what Ollie is after. Young players he can mould into what we want. It's a fair comment. I mean, look, Thiago does not fit into that mould whatsoever. He's obviously a 29-year-old player. He's been there, done that, bought the T-shirt, got the winner's medal, everything. He's won everything, this lad. So I think that realistically, it's not the type of player United are going for right now. We're looking for a different type of player. We haven't signed that big, massive name player since Zlatan, maybe? I don't know. Who was the large, massive marquee signing that Manchester United made? Like a big name player. Really big. Oh, it was Alexis Sanchez, actually. Sorry. Yeah, it was Alexis Sanchez, wasn't it? It was that twat. So, yeah, we all know how that worked out for us, lads and lasses. Like, okay, the Zlatan deal was great. He was a monster. But he's Zlatan, you know. If you can get Ronaldo on a free, of course he's going to be a boss. By the way, Cristiano Ronaldo, I don't know if you watched. I watched a video of all of his moves and everything. Just the whole game, his individual performance, like an 8-minute video yesterday of Ronaldo playing against I forgot who Sweden yesterday for Portugal. He scored his 101 goal. Oh my days, that lad is just absolutely sick. He's absolutely sick. Is there no way that Manchester United could get that guy back? Not with our current owners, no. But he's still unbelievable. He's just absolutely running things up there. And of course, like just the amount of the quality of his goals, that free kick that he scored was unbelievable. And also that second goal was even better, lads and lasses.
Don Piccioni said, he said, hi, Mr. and Mrs. P. I'm hearing Sancho terms and fees agreed. Fee with Dortmund just needs sorting out.
Thank you very much for that. Yeah, that's old news. That's very old news there. But thank you very much for getting in there. We've known that for a little while, like in terms of the personal terms being agreed. Is that what you mean, or do you mean terms with the football club have been agreed? But no, in terms of the actual personal terms, it's understood that the personal terms have been agreed for a little while between Sancho and the agent at Manchester United. He's interested in coming. He wants to come, but it's all to do with the fee to do with Dortmund and Manchester United. That's always been the issue. But yes, we'll get on to Sancho now. Yeah, that's right. Joshua Commander says, I do. Brace against Sweden. That's absolutely amazing, wasn't it? Absolutely amazing performance by him. And Bruno, of course, is an incredible player. Matt Rush says 142 likes. That's absolutely awesome, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for smashing that like. Hit that like button. I should have watched the Portugal game, Gugshi, mate. I had an absolute nightmare there, man. But Ronaldo, wow. What an incredible talent. That's all you can say with him. I'd still love to break the bank and get Ronaldo. Like, no matter what terrible window we've had so far, if the Glazers managed to get Cristiano Ronaldo, and I'd forgive them this, because that would just be epic. For a few seasons, I'd feel pretty confident we had the firepower up there and the leadership to really do the business and challenge. Like, if you've got somebody like Ronaldo in your side, you've always got a chance. We've seen how good he's been for pretty poor Portugal team over the years. I mean, fair play to Portugal now. All of a sudden, they are looking really good. Like, they've got a bunch of great players that have come through in the last couple of years now that have really just all progressed and developed really well. But a few years ago, it was looking a bit poor for Portugal. It was pretty miraculous they won that Euro Championship with Ronaldo in the side there, because the rest of the side was pretty bang average. But really now, Portugal are pretty awesome. Plus, we've got Bruno Fernandes, I'm just saying. Don't want to get into any of that, but yes. Okay, let's talk about Sancho then. So, as soon as somebody just asked about Sancho and talked about the terms, the personal terms have been agreed for a while anyway. We knew that one. In terms of the deal between the two football clubs, that is absolutely the issue. That's the issue. It's the upfront money. Dortmund wanting 120 million euros overall, and it's believed they wanted most of that money up front. Manchester United wanting to pay a significant amount less, more closer to 100 million euros, with 60 million euros up front and 20 over the next 2 years each. So I think that Manchester United, again, it's just their negotiations that need to be drawn up again and sorted out with Dortmund. And once that situation is dealt with and agreed, then of course Sancho's going to be a red, because he wants to come to United. He's obviously he's made it known as much as that in the past. I think that he's happy to come to the club. I mean, look, there's another report here from Fabrizio Romano from his podcast, right? So today he obviously did a podcast, and there's a direct quote here. I mean, this is obviously Fabrizio Romano. He said that Jadon Sancho is absolutely ready and he's buzzing to join Manchester United. He decided a month ago to talk about this opportunity. So this problem is not the personal terms or the agent fees. So we knew it wasn't the personal terms. We knew it wasn't the agent fees. We've known that for a little while anyway, if you've been following this show. But in regards to the rest of it, Jadon Sancho, it's about the fee. It's about the fee involved. It's about the fee involved, and the personal terms are done. So Fabrizio Romano said that today, that he decided a month ago to talk about this opportunity. So a month ago to Fabrizio, this is, I guess, this is what he's saying, that he understands that Jadon's ready and absolutely buzzing to join Manchester United. So it's not about the player, it's about the club agreements.
I think I read it wrong. John Piglioni says, Pig, I was on about the agent fees. Apparently they were having trouble with the fees.
Okay. Sorry, Don Pigno, the missus read it wrong there. In regards to the agent fees, yes, that was also mentioned a little while ago, that the agent fees were a bit of a stumbling block, but apparently it's nothing to do with the agent fees here. Look, Fabrizio said here today that the problem is not the personal terms or the agent fees, and I don't think it is either, because United seem to have all pretty smooth negotiations in that department, and it all seemed pretty set that Jadon would be very happy with it and that personal terms have been agreed. What I don't think is the case is just the amount of money that Manchester United are willing to pay Dortmund up front is good enough. I think it's too poor. Ashi Singh says, we are criticising the MU board, but they are signing many great youth players, which is DNA of United. Yeah, fair play, but that's a different type of proposition, though. All football clubs are always constantly doing that. You've got to be bringing the young players in to the football club, whether it's finding them and from the local areas or signing them from other football clubs and other youth development system. So, yes, I hear you, but it's still only a 16-year-old guy. He's 16 years of age. He's not going to be any good to Manchester United's first team for, 4 or 5 years, if ever. Hopefully he will be good enough for Manchester United, but in the future, and it's no bad thing, it's always a positive when you sign a good young player, but it's no positive for Manchester United's first team right now. We've got concerns right at the top here. Never mind the youth team. Like, the youth team's always going to do well with the great qualities we've got coming through in the local area and the youth recruitment network, but the rest of it is the problem. At the top end is the problem, and it filters down, but the top end is absolutely the issue at Man United. So I do think that we should be criticising the board, because I'm not happy or satisfied that they've only signed a 16-year-old lad. I'm not happy or satisfied that they signed a lady for the ladies team, which is, I am happy with that. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy with all those things, but I'm saying my emphasis is on the first team. The first team at Manchester United here. The first men's team, I should say. Obviously the women's team's just as important if you like women's football. I'm not saying anything like that, but I'm just saying the first team at Manchester United should be, of course, where we're getting most of the business done in this window, I think. Kabaki HD, what's crackalackalackalackalackalacking, my friend? How are you doing, Kabaki? Living rent-free in your head, says Woodward is Deadwood when it comes to negotiations. 100%, dude. I mean, he's Deadwood, Woodwood. That's his name, mate. He's got bloody woodworm, that guy, as well. Like, he's rotting from the inside out, it seems. No, honestly, he's rotting this football club from the inside out. I call him Woodworm, because that's what he does. Shout out to you, Gungshi, by the way. Sorry, Gungshi. I've only just seen this, mate, but you're a top man. He's just sent a PayPal over, actually 40 minutes ago. Are you still in here, Gungshi? Sorry, Gungers, I missed it, buddy. He says, screw that Woodward melter. Absolute lugash-tastic mashed potato face boy. Also, Fook, Matt Fudge and the Glazers. Absolute calamity of a transfer window. Gungshi, I totally agree with you on that one, my friend. Like, screw that potato-headed melt. Definitely the potato peeler needs to come out from the fans soon in regards to Woodward. We should be getting the director of football in. Hopefully we can make the Glazers see it. But how? How are we going to do it? I mean, the last time that they actually decided to go out there and get a deal done, which was Bruno and Igalo in January, they had to have an angry mob go and attack Edward Woodward's house before that bloody happened, everybody, which I'm not saying is right at all. But surely there's, a certain amount of fan backlash already at the state of this transfer window, because it's just no bloody good enough, is it? But thank you so much for that, Gungshi. You're a top lad. Really appreciate you getting in here with that PayPal, mate, and showing me your support. You absolute lad. What's going on with me hair there? It's not looking very good. Shout out to you all for stopping by and getting in here for today's video. Hit that like button, lads and lasses. Get your thoughts and opinions in as well in the live chat. We'll stick around for a little while longer. We've got a few more little topics to discuss. Of course, the main news really is Sergio Reguilon seems to be stalling because Manchester United's inability to want to get a deal done, which has included a buyback clause. And it may end up going to Tottenham, may end up going to Sevilla, may end up staying at Real Madrid if Manchester United are not careful. We've got to play this one correctly. It's not just about trying to get a player for United's future without losing him and developing him and sending him back. What about now? What about giving Solskjaer some depth now? It's not like we've got transfers and new signings coming out of our arsehole, lads and lasses, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we haven't. Unfortunately, it's very hard to come by new players at United because our board don't want to spend and we're shopping around in the bargain bin constantly. It's a disgrace. It's a joke. This is a completely irresponsibly run football club because it's not looking at the best picture for the fans or trying to improve the team out there. It's all to do with the behind the scenes and the money generation, and it's just wrong. It's just wrong. I really hope that we get new owners soon. What we got to say for yourself, Nicola?
No, I was just getting the drink. But
oh.
Feel how hot that is again.
That is roasting. Nicola, your phone should not be that hot, love.
What do you do to try
I don't know. Neil Duffin says, get sharing, get liking, get subscribing. Long live the pig. Thank you very much, Neil Duffin, mate. Yeah, I've got a little bit of a rough throat at the minute, mate. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm starting to, I think, am I getting the COVID? I don't know. If I have, it's this woman that's giving it me with her child going to school and all this business. That'll be it. It'll be this. It'll be the transmission from you, love. You're a carrier.
You're horrible.
I'm only joking. But if I do get it, yes, that would be the case. No. Paul D comments, a buyout clause is not good. We are not a feeder club. I hear you, Paul D, and we never have been a feeder club, and we never will, never really have bought players on that basis. But Come on, times are a little bit different at United. We're scratching around for players. We're not prepared to go and spend the big money like Chelsea are. I'd say fair enough then. If there was other options and we could go and spend the money and get a really top left back in without a buyback clause, I'd say do it. They're not spending the money though. They don't seem willing to spend the money this window. So that's why they're shopping around, which is why they should make a few little adjustments with their policies on that. I believe so. I don't think it's bad to have a buyback clause on Reguilon. Like we've said earlier on in the video, there's a lot to be said for Reguilon wanting to be a Real Madrid player long term. He's obviously come through there. He's played, I think, 25 times for the club already. Real Madrid's a massive club in Spain. Like, why wouldn't he want to end up there ultimately? Why ultimately would he not want to end up there? So it might not just be a case of, oh, the player development here is the issue. We don't want to develop a player and lose him. It might be also a situation that Reguilon only actually wants to come on the basis that he's going to be here for a few years, and he wants to come if he knows that he can go back to Real Madrid in the future. So there's also that as well, but I don't think the personal terms again are the issue with Sergio Reguilon. I think it is again the negotiations with our freaking shitty board. Oh my god. Klaus comments, Sancho said he's up to go to Man United, but the only issue is that he's not forcing a leave, which makes it more difficult. Woodward probably wants him to force a leave and make it easier for us. Yes, he's not going to throw his toys out the pram. I've seen that as well, Klaus. Thank you for getting in here with that. Sancho definitely does not want to cause any issues. He's happy playing at Dortmund for another year, basically. Like, he's not going to throw his toys out the pram. He's professional. He's happy there. He likes the team. He likes the setup. It doesn't really bother him at 20 years of age to wait on a little bit longer for another big club to come in for him, i.e. Manchester United. So he can bide his time and wait it out. He's not going to throw his toys out the pram there. He's got a good affinity with the Dortmund fans, everybody there. So he's had a good time at the football club. They've had a good time with him, and then they've developed him ultimately. He had to leave Manchester City at 17 to go and get this opportunity and develop. And it was the right decision in the end because he's one of the most talked about young players in the world. Manchester United are very interested in signing him for what is believed to be around about £100 million. Old Trafford Gaming, thank you very much. He says, it's me, Sujan Kanal from Nepal. I love you, big pig bro. Thank you so much for that, Old Trafford Gaming. Shout out to you in Nepal as well, dude.
Both G-Wolf and Ryan Burberspin9 said if they referred to their missus as that woman, they'd be in big trouble. That's
fine. I just talk to her how I want, mate, really. You know, that's it. Treat them mean, keep them keen, lads. That's the lesson number one. Go get me a top cup of tea, yeah? Anyway, no, I'm joking. Leo Best Bote, what's going on, dude? Thank you very much for getting in here. Paul D says, if he smashes it and progresses, then Madrid pop on the phone and say, okay, we'll have him back now. Yes and no, Paul. You don't just have an immediate buyback clause, and you can't do that. We wouldn't buy him and then they'd be able to buy him back straight away. That would just be crazy. Or as, you know, it's like Upamecano's release fee. That comes into effect in a year. He has a release clause in his contract, but they can't, he's just signed a new contract, so they can't just have him lose out on that player immediately. So there will be a time period where it comes into effect. You can't just have a buyback clause immediately. Kayam says, Pig, Alaba has 1 year left on his contract. Thoughts? I wanted to talk to you about this one as well, lads and lasses, because I've always said this. I've said this for years. I've championed David Alaba at this football club for years. Like, he should be coming to a club like Manchester United. We should be having David Alaba at this football club. He's a quality player, man. Like, we should have had him years ago. Of course, United with our owners, you know, we're a bunch of melters. We are a bunch of melters and we shop around for different players when we could have had a player like David Alaba. 1 year left on his contract. There's still no agreement between Alaba and Bayern. And actually, Christian Falk here, the Bild head of football, has come out and said this morning, actually, that if Bayern don't move in this summer transfer window and offer him a new contract, then he would want his transfer this summer so that the club gets a fee. But I personally think that that's kind of BS. Why would he give a shit about the club getting a little fee for him if he could just be at the football club for another year? I would have thought his services for the club for another year would be more beneficial to the club from his point of view. So I think that that's kind of just a little bit misguided in the way that that's written. But at the same time, you know, there is some legitimacy to that. If the deal isn't going to get done, if Alaba might be wanting to go and Bayern do want to cash in a little bit of money on him now and get the deal done if they can't reach an agreement with him, then you never know. But look, we're not going to talk about David Alaba at the moment because there's no point. Manchester United are melters. We weren't going to get David Alaba in this window, are we? He's a quality player. Plus, Bayern Munich would be absolutely off their tits to let David Alaba go. Like, they should break the bank and make the contract 5 years, if you ask me. Like, they should give him a really good deal because he's such a good player. I've always said that when we should have got him as a left back, but even now he's sort of developed and changed into a great solid centre back. Very versatile, fantastic player. So David Alaba is a player United should absolutely be looking to sign. Will we go for him? Will we bring him in? The answer to that, my friends, is absolutely no. I don't think so. What do you guys think? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think David Alaba's realistic. Smash a 2 in the live chat or anything else if you think, no, that's a load of bullshit. Jim Joe Bobley, what's going on? He says, but German clubs don't do business this late in the window. That's also true. So United have got pressure on us where we've got to get it done really, really soon with Jadon Sancho, I think, if we're going to get it done. And we're going to have to pay near enough the money that they're looking to get for him for the valuation of the player. Makes a lot of sense for United to do that, to get him in. We're running out of time now. We've got 10 days until our first fixture against Crystal Palace. It's not enough time, lads and lasses. Kabaki says 2. Emil Macapela says 2. Louise Murray, how you doing, says 2. Simon Cowie says 2. G Wolf United says 2. Ryan, no, it's not. Ryan's in here.
Louise is called Ryan.
Oh, Louise is called Ryan. What are you talking about?
It's Ryan.
Ryan who? Anyway, don't worry, that's odd. Isaac Angaham, what do you mean Louise is called Ryan? No. Isaac Angaham says Manchester United should quickly go and sign Sancho. He's a very good player after all. Absolutely, Isaac, I 100% agree. Right then, lads and lasses, so that's basically all of the information that we've got right now.
Put a 3 in the chat if you think Mr. P can be very rude.
Right, okay, also thank you, Matt Rush. He's just sent me another tweet from Fabrizio Romano here from 4, 20 minutes ago. It says, just to make it clear, Manchester United have not lost Sandro Tonali. Main target as midfielder was Donny van der Beek, and they got it. Same price too, and the guy has always been convinced to stay in Italy, and today he has signed as a new AC Milan player. Thanks as always, guys. So just confirmation there, Sandro Tonali, of course, an AC Milan player, great young player that we were being linked with, Italian player. We bought him on our FIFA career mode and he turned into a boss. So, good signing for AC Milan, that. It would have been great to get Sandro Tonali into Manchester United based on potential, but Manchester United doesn't do that. We don't bottle around. We don't want a proper great, sort of midfielder for the defensive maestro there, really. It's a shame.
Louise Murray, it's Ryan.
I'm speaking, Nicola.
I'm just saying.
Come on, love. I'm in the middle of doing a show about transfers. Don't just... Oh, okay, right, okay, I understand. Well, there you go, it's my girlfriend. Oh, well, shout out to you then. Nice one, guys. Thank you very much, Ryan, for clearing that up. Well, it's a bit confusing, isn't it?
Oh, that was fun letting you know.
And it's a different Ryan, it's not Berberspin. Oh, okay. Neil Duffin says, Pig, if we wait until January, what would you think about Lacazette? Yeah, I mean, I rate him, but I don't rate him highly enough. I don't see he getting in the team ahead of Martial or anyone else. In my humble opinion, I don't think he's as good as any of our other forward players. If it was Aubameyang from Arsenal, then yeah, that's a player that I'd like to consider. But the rest of it, Neil, no, I'm not feeling Lacazette, to be honest with you. But stranger things have happened. He is pretty decent, but I'm not feeling that one. Waveform Multimedia says, pay attention to Mrs. P. I always do. Billy Sheeran says, absolutely not. Palmarius is finally back from work. Time to pig out, pardon the pun. Shout out to you, Palmarius. Appreciate you getting in here. Smash that thumbs up button if you have not done so as well, lads and lasses. That will help this stream out loads. Hey, thank you, Becky Hope. That's really nice of you to say. She says, hey, love your channel. I've been a Man United fan 25 years. I support them through thick and thin. Legend, Becky. That's the way it should be, really. Back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, back the manager. Don't back the Glazers, though, because they're a bunch of... hindering melters. But yeah, thank you everyone for getting in here. Subscribe as well if you're new. Shut the front door. No, hit the subscribe button is what I meant to say. Smash that subscribe button, click the bell icon, and get involved with this channel, lads and lasses. Updates coming every single day. Louise Murray says, what do you think of Josh King? I think he's a good player. I think he's a good player. He's got some watch. He's got some things about him, He's got that Norwegian connection. He's got the United connection. I don't know. Look. Squad player, that's it. Utility player, that's it. We've already got a Dan James. We've already got these guys. We've already got Lingard. Is he that much of a step up? Maybe, but he's not that good. He's not a first-team starter for Manchester United. So I would like to see him coming in, but only if it's on the back of signing a couple of other great players. David Ibuke John says, what is your take on the third kit? It's an absolute atrocity, my friend. A complete ran-over zebra lawnmower jobby. It's terrible. Yeah, they're absolutely toxic, aren't they, Becky? Shocking owners. We need to get rid of them out of the football club. Mr. K009 says Glazers out now. I agree. I hope that we do have new owners coming in soon. Our share prices have gone up. Usually that's to do with the same thing happened when we got Pogba last time, and there's a big name commercial player coming in there. But it could also be with being linked to maybe a potential takeover. But let's not get too carried away on that one, because there's probably not much chance of the Glazers selling up anytime soon, because it's a great cash cow for them, unless a really big offer comes in, £4 or £5 billion or something like that, which it might do. Kabaki says, Neil Duffin, of course. Who would want Lacazette now? I mean, look, he's not bad. He's a good player, but I just think he's not quite as good as what we've already got at United, in my opinion. Like, he is a good player, but, you know, and he's got a little bit of connection there with Tony Marcio and stuff like that. It could be interesting. It's an option. I'd rather have him than not have a striker there. But no. Glenn zipping his mouth. How are you doing there, Glenn, mate? How are you today? Why are you zipping your mouth there, Glenn? What do you not want to say? What are you trying not to say? Matt Rush says we've got 175 likes. Please do hit that thumbs up button. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes, lads and lasses. I'm only going to stick around for a few more minutes. We've covered all the transfer news for the day. We should be on tonight around about sort of 9:30, 10 p.m. with another transfer show, if there's more information and stuff like that. But obviously we won't force it on this channel. But I'll probably just get on here regardless and do some sort of video. Have a bit of Q&A with you, lads and lasses, if not. I'm not being rude, wasn't he?
He said I've been rude.
Oh, you're always rude to me, yeah.
No.
Shout out Sadat Youssef, mate. Thank you for stopping by, Sadat Youssef. Really appreciate you getting in here. Who else is in here? Billy Sheeran. Rax Roy Saunders says, shout out Sekar Janardanan. Shout out Sekar Janardanan, everyone. Nice one, Rex Roy Saunders. Anto78 says, United looking to more about youth system for the next 10 years this transfer window, as they've already bought 3 wonder kids in from Barca, Real and Atletico. Absolutely, I've seen that. Saw, of course, the latest signing we got in there. I'm very happy about that, to be honest, about getting, you know, some good young players in there. There's no negatives about that. But at the same time, like, we need some players now. None of those players are going to help us now. Yes, in the future it'll be great, and we are planning for the future. We're really planning for the future on this one. But still need to do a little bit more in terms of the first team right now. Yeah, nice one. Becky Hope says we need to use Juan Mata more. He's just a good reader of the game. I feel for him on being on the bench, just my opinion. I totally agree, Becky. He's one of the most intelligent players we've got in the side. Technically as well, one of the most gifted. Problem is we haven't utilised him properly over the last few years. He's a CAM at the end of the day. Should be played in the hole like Bruno. Shouldn't be played out in the wide positions. He's not got the pace to beat a man. It leaves us exposed when we commit that wing back forward as well to overlap. And I just don't like it. So yeah, to me, Juan Mata's a good player, but he should be playing as a backup to Bruno. That should be his role this season. You are the backup to Bruno, as simple as that. Because he's got that intelligence, he can create in the hole, and he's got that vision and that ability to find a teammate with a killer pass, and that is invaluable. I don't think we've used Juan Mata enough in this football team. I'm not saying he's as good as Bruno Fernandes. Obviously he's not as mobile, but in terms of like technique, in terms of passing ability, finishing and things like that, he's right up there. Yada Youssef says, will United sign Sancho? My humble opinion is yes, we will, but you never know, do you? Simon Cowie comments, it's not about a takeover because the links with the Ortega family were false. Well, I think that's what you went to say there. It's Newcastle who they are buying. Oh, interesting, Simon Cowie. Well, I know. I mean, this is what we're saying. The share price has obviously gone up last time when we got Pogba in as well, when we're linked with a really big asset player that's going to increase the sort of overall valuation of the club. It's a big asset, isn't it, getting a player like that in? Ken Adams says, yes, sir. How you doing, Ken Adams? Mr. KO09 says, Saul wants to join United. I mean, it's just paper talk, guys, that one. I don't think there's any basis on that one. We just got all these, another midfielder in. We've got a lot of midfielders. I don't see that one materialising, guys, but you never know, but I don't see it. Gurav Harish says, Saul or Thiago. I think personally Saul probably makes more sense, but there's no connection with Saul really. That's the thing. It's there's a little talk about Thiago, but really it's just more likely he's going to go to Liverpool. We've signed Donny van der Beek, we've got Matic, we've got McTominay, we've got Fred. I don't see a place for Saul in the side right now, unless they are prepared to sell Fred or somebody else, which they might do. But I think Saul is a very good player that would add a lot to Manchester United's midfield right now. I think he's a bit younger as well than Thiago, a few years younger, so we'd have a few more years service out of him. Nice one, Becky. Nice one, Ilya United. He says, I love Mata, but his time is done. I think he could be here for one more season. He's 32. His time is getting done, but I think one more season at United could still be a very useful player for us. Plus, he's a very great guy to have around the club. Like, his character, his personality is just so nice. He's a humble fella, and I think just he holds himself in the right way for United players. So I think he's good for the younger players in the squad to have that example there. Iden Norway says, thank you, Piglet, for this channel. It's bloody down to earth and chilled. Keep it up, mate. Love it. Iden Norway, dude. Thank you so much for that, mate. Thank you. Appreciate that a lot. Yeah, if you like what we're doing on this channel, then make sure you stick around, hit that subscribe button. Another important thing to do is smash the bell icon. It's all well and good subscribing, but YouTube screws up the notifications half the time. Unless you click that bell icon and also set it to all, then you're not going to get notifications for the channel most likely. So that's probably the best thing you can do if you want to be notified when we go live and stuff like that, is to do that. Jimmy Sefuka says, I'm new here from Dubai. Why is it that United are too slow in making signings? Thanks for the show. Thank you, Jimmy. Great to have you in here from Dubai as well, mate. It's just our board, it's Woodward, it's the negotiation. We're always trying to penny pinch. We're always trying to save those few extra pounds in the bank, rather than get the money, get the deals done early and get the money paid a little bit more. Like, for instance, Bruno Fernandes, we could have had him in the summer. How much better would it have been last season if we had Bruno from the start? Everyone would have to agree would have done better with Bruno in the side from the start. You can't guarantee that. Maybe it was just the perfect storm, him coming in January. But how good was he in January to the end of the season? If we'd had that from the start, we'd have been in a much better place, I think, come the end of the season. So it's about penny pinching. It's about saving a few million. It's about cutting off your nose to spite your face, really. Because even if you do save a few million, you're actually losing out there on the football pitch. And potentially losing out on millions that you could make at the back end of the season in prize money. So I never understood that. I never understood the Glazers' inability to get deals done early at the start of the window. Pay the extra bit of money. Look at Chelsea, they're getting the deals done. You know why? They're paying the extra premium that is required to get him in there and get your man early on in the window. Not good enough from the board. Joel Achari says, I'm 90% sure Sancho is coming to United. Yeah, I'm more like 60%. I still have a big belief that Manchester United's board are incompetent, and I think that they will struggle to get the negotiations sorted with Dortmund unless they are prepared to go and pay the money that Dortmund wanted initially, because I've got a feeling they're going to go back and have another negotiation session and maybe get pied off again. Peter Higley says, watched your channel since the start. Absolutely love your work. Keep it up. Thank you, Peter Higley, mate. Appreciate that, dude. You've been watching this from the start, mate. That is absolutely awesome. From 2013 we started this channel, lads and lasses. Simon Carey says, Sal used to advertise his new product. That's all the links were on him. There you go. There you go. Rock the Red says, all of our transfer budget went on Tom Brady, 150 million bucks. There you go. The Glazers' other ventures over in America taking more importance at this moment in time. United, a cash cow for their other assets. It's a joke. Ussie, hey, shout out Ussie, happy birthday to Ussie, everyone. Stick a birthday cake emoji in the live chat for Ussie and have a great day, Ussie. Happy birthday, my friend. Vincent Bullock says, Mata would be a coach at the club at the end of his career. Maybe, I mean, it depends. Yes, I think he'd make a great ambassador. You never know with coach. He doesn't seem like the right type to be a coach to me because he's quite quiet. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. You look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. When Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a player, you wouldn't really have thought he'd be this great manager at the moment. Whereas when he was younger, he's sort of more timid than anything. Not like whereas Roy Keane, you think Roy Keane's going to chew somebody's face off as a manager. He's going to be a great manager. And actually, he did okay as a manager, but he's not for him, is it? He can't handle it. He's too fiery. He can't handle it, man. So yeah, PS says best channel. Thank you, PS. The United Way, how you doing? The United Way says, hey Pig, my voice is going, lads and lasses. I'm gonna have to end this video soon. My voice is going. R King says, seeing Van der Beek training at Carrington Photos is the only good thing to happen today. Can't wait for the game. Absolutely, R Kings. Yes, very good that we've got him in there. It just goes to highlight my further point earlier in the video that it's piss poor planning from United to not have more players in at this stage. When you can get them in training, get them in early, get them in before the season starts and allow them to bed in and settle in and maybe just have a bit of coaching to understand the way we want them to play and the way the United play and all that kind of stuff. Very important. We won't be able to do that with the other players now. Even if we get them the next few days, we won't really be able to do that. So I think it's poor planning for United again.
It's Mr. K009's birthday too.
And Mr. K9 as well. Happy birthday to you. Stick some birthday cake emojis in the live chat for Mr. K009. Nice one. G Wolf says, Pig, update fire. What is this, mate? What update fire have you got for me? What's the update fire, mate? What's the update fire? Oh my days, there has been a breakthrough in the impasse over agents' fees and personal terms where Sancho and United are concerned. Sancho keen to move to Manchester United before October 5th, but United would still have to agree a fee with Dortmund, and that's not straightforward. Oh, okay, so that's obviously not the breaking news you were talking about there, but that's from Matt Rush. Thank you for the update there from James Ducker of the Telegraph, a source there. He's just saying there's been a breakthrough in the impasse over agents' fees and personal terms. We all knew that this was not the case anyway, lads and lasses. We all knew the personal terms and the agents' fees were not the issue. That's all just, this is paper talk, guys. That is just, we knew that anyway. It's the deal with Dortmund, the fee, which is the issue between the two clubs. Sancho wants to come. He's happy with the terms. Everything, we knew all that. The issue is with the football club, lads and lasses. That's the issue. Hey, legends. Right then, guys, I'm going to leave this video now because my chest is starting, or my throat is starting to melt with the voice loss here. But Billy Sheeran, thank you for getting in here, matey. Yeah, if she's giving me COVID, mate, that's it. You know, blame her.
You've just been smoking too much.
Ellis Burgess, thank you for getting in here. G-Wolf United, you're a legend, my friend. Matt Rush, what a hero. Sancho update. Okay, yeah, fair enough. That's, yeah, okay. Is that an update, though? I don't know. But, I know what you're saying. Lewis Beardall says, Mike Phelan follows Sancho on Instagram. Yep, we reported that yesterday. That's a very interesting point as well. Alex says, James Ducker tweeting, we've had a major breakthrough with Sancho yet. I mean, we knew that with the agent's fees and the personal terms anyway, though. So I don't think that was ever going to be the hold-up. The hold-up with United is the amount of money that's being paid here. But obviously it is great. We understood that the personal terms were not the issue with Sancho and United. That's brilliant. Look, the fact is, if we can go and get the money, go and pay the money to Dortmund, he will be our player. Sancho wants to come. Sancho is already wants to join Manchester United. That is not the issue. The issue is the bullshit negotiations with our bullshit board. There you go. Ellis Burgess, thank you for saying it's a good show, mate. Shout out to Bong, says Sayama. Shout out to Bong. Billy Sheeran, nice one. Absolutely, we need Fabrizio to tweet before we get excited. Absolutely, mate. That's it. Fair play to James Ducker. But really, like I say, we've got our sources here. That is a good source, and that is an understanding. So let's just say that we knew that anyway. We knew that anyway, didn't we, guys? We've been talking about that for days. So yeah. But it's the fee that is the issue. Right then, guys, I'm going to leave now. Yeah, Gungshi says, bye, lads and lasses. R.I.P. Rips Pig's voice. Stick an R.I.P. in the chat, lads and lasses, for the voice, because it's gone.
And for me.
The voice is gone, everyone, so I better end it there. Love to you too, Ashley Singh. Ryan Berberspin 9, what an absolute legend, says, take care, you bunch of amazing people. Right back at you, Ryan Berberspin 9. You are the next in line for a moderator, by the way, man. I'm going to add you soon, but I just feel like we've got maybe a bit too many in the live chat these days. But actually, today there's only a few in, so I'll add you soon, though, Ryan, matey. Thank you so much for being a great supporter and subscriber of this channel for a long time. Matt Rush says we're on 194 likes, so before you go, if you've not hit the like button yet, please do smash that like button. Get your thoughts and opinions in after this video is finished in the not live comments as well. Come back and have your say on anything we've discussed. Check out the website, Flying Pig United. Becky says rip. The United Way says rip. Eddie A says rip. Yeah, my voice is absolutely gone. Thank you, Neil Duffin. You never know, mate. I mean, I'd be happy with 30, to be fair. That would be my goal met for the year, so I'd love that.
Jamie Loki Jones said, busy night, was it, Mr. P? Too many booms.
Boomchenka! Too many of those. But yes, Illy United, thank you. Becky United Way, Simon Cowie, Absalom Williams, shout out. Ryan Berber, Jamie Loku Jones says boom before you go. Boomchenka! Billy Sheeran, Mrs. P might have to do the next show.
Oh, I don't know about that, Billy, but take care of it.
Hey, Matt Rush, thank you so much, Matty the Rushmeister. Really appreciate that, dude. What a top lad, my transfer guru as well. Shout out to you. Maurice Varela with the piggy emoji. Thank you, Maurice. Arjun Chatterjee says, thank you. Your podcast cheers me up. Arjun, thank you so much for that, dude. How nice of you, dude. Thank you for watching. Nelly Sean as well says, legend. Right back at you, Nelly. Anne Agnolo Sikil says, hey to you too. Neil Duffin, Legend of the Falls. Everyone, that's going to be it from me. Thank you for watching. Come back, have your say in a few minutes' time. If you're new to this channel, subscribe before you go and smash a like on it, lads and lasses. I'll see you on the next one. Like I say, transfer show tonight as well, hopefully with a bit more information and a bit more breaking news to report. See you then, lads and lasses. Have a great afternoon. Have a great evening. This is the Pig on Flying Pig United. Take it easy and come on, United.
Bye, everyone, and happy birthday to Ussie and who it was K. Yeah,
0009, yes.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, guys. And also, Waveform Multimedia says we hit 200 likes. Come on, get in there, lads and lasses. Beautiful. Thanks to everyone that smashed a thumbs up on this vid and who watches these shows. Stuart Kehoe as well getting in here at the end. Shout out. Andrew Perry, shout out at the end as well, lad. Gabriel Lopez, shout out. Absolute great legends, you all. So thank you for watching. Let's just have a look at this. This is the Patreon credits to say thank you to all the Patreons, the patrons that support the show on Patreon, and they all appear on this list. And also tier 2 channel members on YouTube also appear on this list. Shout out to all the channel members, of course. Just a little exclusive list to say thank you to everybody that supports the show in that way. Also, I've got a little, I think I'm going to do a weekly Patreon podcast just to say thanks to all the Patreon people. So it's not going to be anything major, but just a little something to say thank you to you guys. So that's something to consider, but you know what I'm like, so let me do that first. Anyway, Vincent Bullock, everyone, Waveform, you take it easy. Mr. KG, Wolf, Mrs. P, Jamie, Loki, Jones, you all stay classy. Have a great day. I'll see you tonight. Thanks for watching. This is the big